Hello. Okay. So I think I'm audible now. So we will start it again. So today's session is going to be all about sets. Although we have done one more session on sets like a few days back, now today's session is going to be all about Venn diagram and operations on sets. Operations means union, intersection, and so on, right? But before I start, do let me know now whether I am perfectly audible and visible. What, Abhijit? Are you going to ask me every 2 to 3 days that, ma'am, do you remember me? Of course I remember you. I don't forget, like I am not a Gajni. वो 2 3 days में I'm gonna forget you. No, not at all, huh? So now just tell me everything, everybody quickly tell me whether I'm perfectly audible and visible, number one. And if I am audible and visible, you know what to do. You have to smash that like button right away. Now, for all of those who are new to Vedantu J English channel, who are new to my session, this is my brief introduction. My name is Namrata and I have over more than 10 years of teaching experience in both online and offline. These are my credentials, as you can see. And this year, I am going to share loads and loads of ninja techniques that are not just helpful for JEE Main but also for JEE Advanced. Okay, all right. So let's quickly start today's session. But before I start, let me tell you, if at all, I don't know how many of you are looking for, but if at all you're looking for an offline proper structured batch, don't opt for any just random coaching center, because we at Vedantu Learning Center, VLC, provide highest personalized attention to all the students, not even just toppers but also to average students as well. Okay, and along with that, here are a few features, and I want to highlight this feature, which is 100% guaranteed improvement. Guarantee means if you feel that, ma'am, we are not able to improve, we don't feel that improvement, we will refund the fees. Vedantu rank improvement promise. So now Vedantu offline center is now in your city, as you can see. By the way, Abhijit, can you tell me, uh, can you tell me, Abhijit, from where are you joining? And not just Abhijit, I just want to know, like, I feel I just want to know more about you. So from where are you joining? From where are you watching me? From which city are you watching me? I'm just curious. And just tell me if at all the nearest offline center is there in your city or not. Okay. And yes, let us quickly start with operations on set using Venn diagram. Do you remember? Yes. So Abhijit is saying Tamil Nadu. Kya baat hai? Very nice. Tamil Nadu. Okay. So you must be speaking Tamil language. Yes or no? And Ashish Kumar is writing some random thing. Vellore. Okay, Abhijit. That's great. What about others? From where are you guys joining? Can you please write your city, state, whatever you want to write? Okay, by the way, I am teaching. Guess from where I am teaching. Guess from where I am teaching. Acha. है ना? Chalo, let's start. So, Venn diagram and operation on sets. Let me talk about Venn diagram a little bit. Here you can see on your screen is a meme from Venn diagram. Okay. So, can you see that the exam questions and what I know and my name. Did you understand this meme, by the way, Girish? So, you know what? Whenever we give exam, be it my school exam, be it my JEE Main exam, or any exam, any test, even in Vedantu test, the very first thing is you have to write your name. Okay, so this is what? Exam questions and what I know. So the only thing which I know in exam is just my name. That's it. Okay, so that is the thing which I know. Okay, in all the exam questions. So let's talk about Venn diagram a little bit. Okay, so even if you do not know what is a Venn diagram, I am here to tell you what is a Venn diagram. Okay, All right, Ragul, what are you saying? No exact view. What do you mean? No exact view? I don't know. You're trying to say something. But anyway, yes. So we are going to start. First of all, what is a Venn diagram? Let's understand. So you know what is a universal set. Can anybody tell me what is a universal set? We have studied this. So universal set means a set containing all the elements which are there in context. So suppose I am talking about three sets, set A, set B, set C, correct? And now I'm talking about universal set. So universal set should be the God set, which should have elements from set A, B and C. It can have extra elements also. It can have extra elements also, but it should bare minimum, it should have all the elements which are in context. Okay, all right, yes. Okay, so now in Venn diagram, universal set is represented by a rectangle. So that is a usual standard notation or drawing. Subsets. Now subsets are usually represented by circles within the rectangle. So this is how your Venn diagram will look like. So the rectangle will represent the universal set. So we will write it as U. Okay. And now if you want to represent two sets, suppose you are talking about two sets, A and B. So A and B, set A and set B. Set A, this is set B. Both will be represented by circle. Now you must be thinking, ma'am, hold on. Okay, got it. But don't you think that, ma'am, is it like important that you draw both the circle which are like overlapping each other? No, we will talk about it. Actually, there are three conditions related to this. So it may be possible that both circles will stay apart, both sets will stay apart. It may be possible that some portion overlaps. It may be possible that one set is contained in another set. So hold on, we are going to discuss everything one by one. So that is going to be discussed by cases. Case number one, over here you are seeing that A is a subset of B. Okay, so A is a subset of B. So let me draw a rectangle. Okay, I think my drawing is not good, so I should take help of this software. Okay, let me take the help of this software. Yes, so this is what your universal, now circle, I need to draw a circle. Circle, where are you? So A is a subset of B. So suppose now this is your set. Okay, all right, now one more. So can you see that what is happening? This is your now universal set. This is your U. Rectangle represent universal set. Now A is a subset of B. That means A is a smaller portion, B is a bigger portion. A is some portion of B. So B is this and this is your A. So can you see, this is the diagram. A is subset of B. When set relation function, ma'am, when? Set relation function, come on, set, so we are already doing it. Then we are going to talk about relation functions is already going on, Ragul. What are you doing? You are not even aware what is going on this channel. So tomorrow we have a session for functions, 8 o'clock already. Okay, so sets we are doing today. Functions already scheduled for tomorrow. What is happening? Hi Rohit, how are you? You are again late. Okay, anyway. But we are going to, like, you can join it right here also. No need to watch the previous thing because we have just started the session. So this is A is subset of B. The scenario in Venn diagram will look like this. Okay, what about this now? A and B are not equal sets. They are not equal, but they will have some elements in common. So now how to plot it? Can anybody help me with this? First of all, ma'am, draw a rectangle. Okay, ma'am has drawn a rectangle. Okay, draw a rectangle nicely. Okay, now what to do? Now what we need to do is we need to draw circle. Okay, so let's draw circle. A and B are two sets which are not equal. So this is first thing. Okay, and this is second thing. Can you see? Both sets are not equal set. Perfect. So this is your universal set. This is your A set. This is your B set. Okay, so suppose now if I just give you the proper situation, what is going on? A set if I write A set is 1 comma 3. B set over here will be 1 comma 2 comma 3. Okay, so in this particular case, can you see A will be subset of B. B set is what? 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2 and 3. Can you see this is the overall situation over here? See, B set is a bigger set in this. So 1, 2, 3 will lie inside the B set. Okay, ma'am, got it. A set is something, only 1 comma 3 will be residing in set A. So can you see how I written so proper? So proper. Okay. All right. Yes. Now if I talk about A and B are not equal sets, but they have some elements in common. They have some elements in common. So let me just think about it. So this is 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 and B set will be 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 5 comma 7. Now if I want to represent it, A is 1, 2, 3. Can you see that the common elements are 2 and 3 only? So 2 and 3 will be written in the common portion. This is the common portion. Okay, now A set, apart from 2, 3, this is having 1 and 4 and this is having 2, 3 is written 5 and 7. Yes or no? Getting it? Okay. Hi Girish, I am teaching from Indore, in Madhya Pradesh. Okay, by the way. All right. Okay, now case number 3. Case number 3. A and B have no elements in common. A and B are having no elements in common. So how will you draw? How will you draw this? Now it's very easy. Now let me try my hands in drawing. So let's see Ninja ma'am is able to draw some good diagrams or not. Yes. A and B are having no elements in common. So this is your A, this is your B, this is your overall universal set. This is 1 comma 3 comma 5 and B set is supposed 2, 4, 6. So can you see that is why both are apart. Now you know that when to draw which Venn diagram. So you will have only 3 cases. See, if I talk about 2 sets, Venn diagram related to 2 sets, there are only 3 cases. What are the 3 cases? Think about it. So ma'am, the very first is, yes, both are having some elements common. The second is, the next is, both are having no elements in common. So they will not overlap. And this thing, the very first case which we have studied, that for one set is contained in other. One set is subset of B. Okay. All righty. Yes. Clear? Perfect. Okay. All right. Now let us talk about this. See, let me draw the Venn diagram. A set is 1, 2, 3. B set, this is a different question altogether. B set is 3, 4, 5. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 and 3, 4, 5. So can you see this is the diagram? 3 will come in the middle. So 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5. So 3 will come in middle. And obviously A and B are having some element in common. Right or wrong? So 3 will be in middle. 1 and 2 will be here. 4 and 5 will be here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sorted. Now 6, 7, 8 will reside in, 6, 7, 8 will reside where? Tell me. So 6, 7, 8 will reside in the rectangle, that is universal set. Everybody? Yes, Abhijit, yes. Intersection, union, complement. This we are going to study now one by one. Let's first understand Venn diagram. Now that we have understood the Venn diagram, let's talk about one by one operations on set. So we are going to study 5 things in this particular session. 5 different things in this session. Number 1 is intersection. Number 2 is union. Now intersection and union you must be aware about a little, right? We have studied this when we were studying inequalities, right or wrong? So intersection and union we have studied, okay? Then we are talking about difference of 2 sets, complement of 2 sets and cross product between 2 sets. These 5 things we will study in today's session one by one. Now let's understand over here. This is the very first diagram. Again, let's understand through this meme. Okay, so this is nothing but complement. The first meme is saying that complement. This is representing what? Complement. So this is complement. Okay, complement means what? Taking complement. This is how we represent complement. Taking a bar. Okay, and can you see complement means now whatever is there, I don't want it. I want whatever is missing. This is what is complement. Okay. See, when we talk about a couple also, we have the very first thing which comes in my mind, apart from mathematics, the word complement. I have discovered that, okay, my mom and dad complement each other. Complement don't even mean that, okay, they are similar. No. Complement means what is missing in my mom, it is in my dad, and what is missing in my dad, it is there in my mom. So that means they both come together and become a complete package. So can you see, this is what complement means. Whatever is missing over here, it is present over here. This is what complement is. Okay. All right. Now, if I talk about this is intersection. The second thing is intersection. Intersection means common portion. We have studied this before as well. So common portion. So if you take intersection of these two things, clearly that intersection, there is actually nothing common between them. Is there anything common between them? No. This is handling with above portion, this is handling with down portion. So there the intersection is null, phi. So can you see? No here. And now same thing, if you want to take union means combining. Union means combining. Okay. All right. So combine both the pictures. So you'll be like, okay, union is this. Okay. All right. So, but this is just a meme. It doesn't mean that, ma'am, you have explained all three operations just like this. No. One by one in detail, we are going to understand. I don't know how ma'am discovered such pictures were completely out of the world. True. I have to do that, huh? Because these days now, you Gen Z people are having attention span of minus 0.5 seconds. Yes or no? You guys are having attention span of 0.5 seconds. So I have to become that clickbaity. I am a clickbaity thing. Okay? Okay, I have to teach. And I want students to watch it. And I want students to remember it. Okay? So there is some effort going on behind the scenes. Okay? All right. Anyway, chalo, let's start. Let's start with union of two sets. Okay? Very basic, very easy. I already told you, by the way, these things, these are the basic things which are going to helpful in permutation and combination and probability. Okay. So union of sets is very easy thing, but it is going to be very, very helpful in permutation and combination and probability. Union of sets, it is also known as OR. Okay, OR. Correct? Or you can just write it as combining. You just have to combine. Okay, combine. Just like we did. We were combining both the effects and eventually doing it. Okay, all right. So now let me just tell you that this is your A set 1, 2, 3. This is your B set, which is what? 3, 4, 5. Now, can anybody tell me A union B will be what? Meanwhile, I will draw a Venn diagram. Okay, let me draw some beautiful diagram over here. This is your A set. This is your B set. Okay. Yes, with this lecture, sets will finish 100% because next session is going to be all about trigonometry. Okay, or quadratic. What do you want me to start next? Trigonometry or quadratic? I want to start trigonometry. What about you? Okay, so yes, now this is your set A. This is your set B. Set A is having 1, 2, 3. Set B is having 3, 4, 5. So 3 is the common element. This is 1, 2 and this is 4, 5. Correct? A union B, if I want to write, that means combining. So 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3. 3 will be written only once, then 4 and 5. Because in sets, we have studied in last class now. No point of mentioning the same element twice. Okay, repetition doesn't matter. All elements should be all elements over here should be, yes, trigonometry will start. Okay, don't worry. Relations and functions already going on na in class 12th, so just you can cover it from there also. So yes, now A union B, the shading, if you allow me the shading of A union B, so it will look like this. Oops. A union B shading. Can you see? This is your A union B. Can you mark A union B? Right? So this, the shading over here is A union B. Clear everybody? Clear everybody? Now intersection of sets. Suppose now your A set, okay, set A is 1, 2, 3 again. B set is nothing but 3, 4, 5. Now can anybody tell me what will be A intersection B? Let me tell you. Intersection means and mean taking only the common elements. Taking only common elements. Okay. So let me draw the Venn diagram over here. Okay, this is your set A. This is your set B. Okay, and A intersection B. Can anybody tell me the intersection is downward symbol? This is the symbol of intersection which is downward facing. Union is U, upward facing. U is union and the other symbol is for intersection. Okay, ma'am, doesn't 3 repeat 2 times? Rohit, just tell me one thing. In the last class, didn't I mention that all the elements of a set should be distinct? Okay, we were doing that. Right or wrong? You asked the example also, I remember. You were like, ma'am, elephant, will there be single E or double E? I was like, each element should be represent one only. Should be represent only once. Okay. So only 3 will be appearing. 3 will be lying over here. This is 1, 2. And this is 4, 5. This is A. This is B. And this is union. Now just tell me one thing, that which portion will represent A intersection B. So the middle portion is representing A intersection B. Okay, so this portion over here is nothing but A intersection B. Everybody getting it? Yes, clear? Now complement of a set, quickly let's talk about complement of a set. Suppose A is 1, 2, 3 and 7. And universal set is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. Can anybody tell me what is A complement or? A complement or? A complement. There are 3 ways to represent A complement. Okay. Alright. So A complement means, now obviously because you're taking complement now, so universal should be there. So if I draw a Venn diagram, only one set is there, which is set A. It will have 1, 2, 3, 7 and 4, 5, 6, 8 and 9. Correct? A complement means that you have to leave A. You have to leave A. This is your set A. So this is your set A. Except set A. Except set A. Can anybody tell me what will be there except set A? Can you see except A? This area over here is nothing but A complement, the pink shading. Yes, everybody? Sets is easy, yes, definitely, but you know what? Yes. Now one more thing. Hold on. A complement will be what? Tell me. So A complement will be 1 will not be there, 2 will not be there, 3 will not be there, 4, 5, 6, 7 is here, then 8 and then 9. Okay. All right, everybody. Yes. Perfecto. So this is nothing but A complement. So what we did, A complement is nothing but universal set. May say you have to remove set A from the universal set. Okay, everybody, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. That's what we write. That's what I wrote. Now, difference of a set. Everybody, difference of a set. Quickly, let's talk about it. So, difference of a set means A minus B. Okay. Now, obviously, A minus B is different from B minus A. Please note that. Suppose you have set A. Okay, so set A is nothing but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, set B. Suppose set B is 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, now A minus B is what? So all the elements, now understand this very, very nicely. A minus B means all the elements which are available in set A but not in B. All the elements which are there in A, you have to write, but they should not be in B. Now check. 1 is there in set A. Okay, ma'am. So now just tell me, is 1 here in B? No. So now you can write 1 over here. Okay. Now if I talk about 2. So 2, shall I write 2? So that we need to check. 2 is there in B. No, you can't write. So all the elements that are there in A but not in B. So 2, 4, 6 set. Except 2, 4, 6 set. 2 will not be there. 4 will not be there. 6 will not be there. So 1, 3 and 5. 1, 3 and 5. That's it. Yes, Trupti, absolutely. Correct. A minus B. Correct. And if I just have to draw the Venn diagram, so this is your A and this is your B. Correct. So now if I just write 1, 2, then 3, then 4, then 6, then 8. Okay, 2, 4, 6, 8 is right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, 8 is not there. Sorry, 8 will be here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. 6 is right here. Yes. A minus B means all the values which are there in A but not in B. That means only this part. Only this part. Okay, can you see? Now, okay, one more thing, hold on. Why 8 not coming? Because, acha, Kulumala Gangstars is asking why 8 is not there. Can anybody answer this? Why 8 is not there? Because, see, I have mentioned the definition so many times already. All the elements which are there in A but not in B. So now, will it make it to A minus B? Think about it. No, because all the elements which are there in A is the very first condition. 8 is the not there in A now. That is why will you even write 8? Why will you even write 8? Okay. So yes, this is A minus B. Now, if anybody asks me what will be B minus A, so B minus A, okay. So all the elements which are there in B. So 2, but 2 is there in it. So B and remove A. So 2 is gone, 4 is also gone, 6 is also gone, only 8 will be there. So B minus A will be what? So this over here is B minus A. So this is your B minus A and this is your A minus B. Also one more thing. Okay. Hi Vasuki, how are you? So yes, one more thing. One more way of writing the difference of set. Please note, A minus B can also be written down as A minus A intersection B. Yes or no? Can I do that? A minus A intersection B. So A minus B is nothing but complete set A, but remove that portion of A where B is there. So only this portion. So you need to remove this intersection portion from A. Yes. So this is also another way of writing. Okay. So symmetric difference is represented by A minus B. But if you talk about the formula, it is A minus A intersection B. Okay, everybody. Now, fifth operation, that is symmetric difference of a set. Symmetric difference of a set, okay, which is mentioned as A delta B. A delta B. Everybody, A delta B. Okay, A delta B. So now A delta B is actually A minus B union B minus A. A minus B union B minus A. Now in Venn diagram, can anybody tell me what will be A minus B? So ma'am, if you draw, A minus B is actually, ma'am, the leftmost portion. This is A minus B. Okay. And what about B minus A? So ma'am, B minus A is this much portion. So this is your A minus B and this is your B minus A. Now if you want to take a union, that means you just have to combine. So you have to, so this portion is A minus B, this portion is B minus A. And now if you have to combine, so the combination, like the shading, the white shading overall will represent what? The white shading will represent A delta B. Okay, got it? Everybody clear? Yes, yes, yes. Tell me yes. Okay. So this is a symmetric difference of a set. Now let's talk about disjoint sets. Disjoint sets. Okay. So disjoint set means it is like a divorced couple. Okay. So set A, set B. And this is universal. So A is 1, 2, 3. B is 4, 5, 6. And if somebody will ask me A intersection B, that is null. So no shading. Actually, so disjoint sets. So that means no section. A intersection B is null. So whenever A intersection B is null, we will call them as disjoint sets. Okay. Alrighty. Clear? Ready, ready? Now, how ready are we to solve JEE main question? Tell me, how mentally prepared are you to solve all the JEE main questions? Ready for the JEE main questions? Tell me. Ma'am, why it is called symmetric difference? Symmetric difference, you tell me now. See, if I talk about A minus B, there is no symmetry. Only left portion is there, disbalance. If I talk B minus A, that is also not a symmetry, okay? B minus A. But if you combine both, then can you see symmetry is visible? This is actually quite symmetric. Okay? Alrighty, yes. So chalo, let's start with this question over here, JEE Main 2022. Okay, all right, and it is involving, see now somebody was asking that ma'am, tell me the weightage of sets chapter. Tell me the weightage of sets chapter. So I will talk about it now. See, sets, it is very less likely that you will get a question directly only from sets chapter. See, if you can see this question which is there, Can you see, this is not just sets, it is modulus plus sets. Okay, so always think about it that sets will be there. Sets is an important chapter, but it will get combined with any other chapter. That is the high chances that you will get a question from sets which is not completely from sets, but sets is involved and then other chapter is involved. Okay, so yes, so that is why if you ask me what is the weightage of sets, it's very difficult to answer. And you know what, trust me, if I talk about weightage, we will talk about weightage also. But you know what, please understand, especially in mathematics, two chapters are getting combined. So if you talk about trigonometry, so I will say maybe no direct question will come from trigonometry. And if I am going to give you weightage, then you'll be like, ma'am, but no question came from trigonometry. But are you able to solve any question without trigonometry? No. Okay. So like talking about weightage of a single chapter is not as simple as it seems to be. Okay. Chalo, let's start. This is your set A. Set A will be having this. Okay, all the values of x which will satisfy this thing. Set B, it will satisfy all the values of x which will satisfy this inequality, right? So set A, set B. Which one of the following statements is not true? Now, the question is not that difficult, but it is slightly confusing. Okay, it is slightly confusing, although it is from sets chapter, but it seems that it is a confusing thing. Let me show you why. So first of all, what we will do is, we will plot the number line. Okay, let's do it. So I told you, remember that concept. Which concept are you going to use? So concept is mod E less than 3 or less than 2, for example. Tell me. So E will be lying between 2 and minus 2. Remember this concept? How many of you remember this modulus concept? Yes, everybody? Okay. And greater. Okay. This is concept 1. Concept 2. Mod E greater than or equal to 2. That means E will be greater than or equals to 2 or E will be less than or equals to minus 2. Remember? Okay. So we'll talk about set A. Set A. Not A. Set A. Okay. So set A will be x plus 1. Mod x plus 1 less than 2. So x plus 1 will be lying between 2 and minus 2 using concept 1. Everybody using concept number 1. So now subtract 1 throughout. Minus 1, minus 1. So this is subtract 1. So minus 3 x and 2 minus 1 is 1. So set A. Set A. Just tell me x belongs to minus 3 comma 1. This is your set A. Got it, everybody? Clear? In the same way, you need to talk about set B. Set B. Set B, everybody? Set B, set B, set B. Set B. Okay. So x minus 1 greater than or equals to 2. So x minus 1 greater than or equals to 2 or x minus 1 less than or equals to minus 2. Okay. So if I talk about this, what will you get? Ma'am, x greater than or equals to 3 or x less than or equals to minus 1. So this will be x belongs to minus infinity to minus 1 union 3 to infinity. This is your set B. Yes or no? This is your set B. Okay. All right, clear? Now, this is set A, this is set B. Now we need to think about which of the following statement is not true. So what we need to do is we need to check every option now. Because can you see all the options? All 4 options are pretty much different. Can you see all the 4 options are very much different? A is very different, B is very different, C is very different, D is very different. So now let's talk about which option are you going to start with? A minus B, shall we start? Okay, A minus B. So let's talk about first of all A minus B. So A minus B. Okay, that means all the elements which are there in A, but you have to just remove. Okay, A minus B means what? Just remove B if at all it is there. Just remove B. So let me think, ma'am, minus 3 to 1. Okay, minus 3 to 1. So ma'am, if I talk about A minus B, so minus 3. Hold on. So chalo, let's do one thing. Minus 3 to 1. This is minus 3, this is 1. This is your set A. Correct or not? This is set A. Minus infinity to minus 1 union 3 to infinity. Minus infinity to minus 1. And this is 3. So now this is your set B. Set A and set B. Okay, make sure that you are plotting this very nicely. Minus 3 will come here, then minus 1, then 1, then 3. Don't do it randomly. Don't do it randomly. Okay. Yes. Now we want A minus B. So A minus B, all the elements which are there in A, but you have to specifically remove that part which is there in B. So A will be there, but remove that part. Just eliminate that part which is there in B. So I can clearly see that this is set B. So just remove that B portion. So you just have to remove this portion. So removing what? What is there in B? So minus 1 will also get removed. Minus 1 is there in B, no? So minus 1 will also get removed. So A minus 1 will be what? So it will be belong to, A minus 1 belong to. Now understand, A minus B will be starting from, so minus 1 will not be there. So it will be minus 1, 2 and 1. So A minus B set is nothing but minus 1 to 1. Okay. So that is actually correct. Okay. That means option A is correct. Option A, if I talk about option A, it is correct. Yes or no? Option A is correct. We are looking for the not correct one. One by one. Easy, easy. Slow, slow. We'll go slow. Don't rush. Don't rush. Now B minus A. Can anybody help me? B minus A. So ma'am, okay. B minus A. So in B minus A, you have to take all the things which are there in B, but just remove that portion which is overlapping with A. So let me check. Minus infinity to minus 1 is B. But ma'am, this portion, so remove this portions now. So what you need to remove? See, minus 3 is not there in A. So you no need to remove it. Okay, so you will be like minus infinity to minus 3. So minus 3 is there in B, but not in A. So it will be there. Okay. So which portion will get removed? This portion will get removed. After minus 3, just start removing. And you know what? 3 to infinity, it's not there in A. So union 3 to infinity. Can you see? This is your B minus A. So B minus A. Oops. Is this minus infinity to minus 1 union 3 to infinity? Yes. So B minus A, they are saying all real values except minus 3 to 1. No, no. Actually, if I write B minus A in another way, so this is your B minus A. So B minus A is actually all real values except minus 3 to 3. This is another way of writing. Just remove minus 3 to 3 open interval and you will get it. Okay, Girish, maybe you were not there in modulus session, huh? Modulus session you were not there. So it seems option B is incorrect. Okay, why it is incorrect? Because minus 3 to plus 3 should be there. Yes, Rohit. So another way of writing this. Okay, minus infinity to minus 3 included. It's there, right, in B minus A. Correct? So now that means all real values are there, just minus 3 open to plus 3 open is not there. So this is another way of writing. So B is incorrect. Everybody getting it? Now, do you want me to talk about C? Anybody who is interested in C? Intersection. A intersection B. Okay, let's talk about A intersection B. So A and B intersection, can you see only this much portion is getting overlapped? So the intersection will be -3 to -1, where -3 is not included. -3 open to -1 close. So -3 open to -1 close. So can you see this is actually absolutely correct. Now union means combining. So if you combine, see if you combine, just tell me. So it will be -infinity to 1. 1 open. So A union B will be what? -infinity to 1. 1 open, because see, union means combining. 1 is not here, 1 is also not here. So why will I mention it in union? Now union 3 to infinity. Okay, so A union B is -infinity to 1. But see, they are writing on in another way. So now A union B. Another way of writing is take all the values except between 1 and 3. Except between 1 and 3. 3 should be open. Can you see this is also correct? D option is also correct. D option is absolutely correct. Okay, got it? Everybody, how was the question, by the way? How was the question? JEE main question, because you are always like, see, now you know why mathematics is slightly difficult. Because, okay ma'am, we are studying chapter number 1, we are studying chapter number 2, and we are expecting that question I will get from chapter 1. Another question will be from chapter 2. No, you're getting one question from both the chapters combined. That is why mathematics is slightly like you need to know 2 different chapters to crack one question. This is not about every question, but yes, it is happening with mathematics. Go and check. Girish, because you were not there in modulus session, were you? Tell me honestly, were you there in modulus session? No, I know. I know you were not there. You didn't attend it. How will you get that? Okay. Chalo, let's start. Now some properties, let's talk about some properties. A union B and B union A are actually exactly same. A union B, B union A, both are same. Just like 3 plus 5 is equals to 5 plus 3. Okay. All right. Now A union A. Okay. That means set A, you need to combine it with set A. So it will give you A only. Right or wrong? Yes or no? Now A union phi. A union null set. So combining A with nothing, it is almost similar to 5 plus 0 is 5. 5 plus 0 is what? 5. So that is why A union null is nothing but A. Now A union universal set. A union universal set. Now just tell me one thing. If at all you go to Goa and dip yourself in ocean. Ocean is universal set. And A is poor little you. Just tell me, overall, nature will get impacted. No, ocean will remain ocean, even if you are inside it, even if you are not inside it. Okay. So, U union ocean is equals to ocean only. Okay. So, adding few drops into ocean will not make any difference to the ocean. That's what the last property is. Okay. Now, A intersection B is equals to B intersection A. Okay. So, again, that means union and intersection are both like this. Follow same property. A intersection A is A only. Alright, then A intersection null. A intersection null. What is a common thing between you and black hole? Or let me not talk about black hole. What is the common thing between you and nothing? You and nothing. What is common? There is nothing common. So it will be nothing only. Okay. Then this is A intersection union. See, let me tell you, do it with the help of Venn diagram. A and universal. Universal set A. What is the intersection? What is the common portion, ma'am? This is the only common portion. Huh? See, this is your U, this is your A. What is common? So A is common. So can you see? So are you able to visualize? Are you able to understand this? Yes, Abhijit is saying, ma'am, we don't need to remember this, ma'am. These are logic. Yes. But yes, I'm just trying to tell you the, like, all the properties or logic only. Okay, everybody. Now let's talk about associative property and distributive property. Associative first. Let's talk about associative. Associative means 3 plus 5 plus 7 is equals to 3 plus 5 plus 7. Okay. So A union B union C is equals to A union B union C. So it doesn't matter that if you just think about A union B union C and A union B union C. Both are same. Remember, understood? So first property in intersection, in union, now intersection. A intersection B intersection C, A intersection B intersection C. So it will not get affected if you go for B intersection C first and then combine and then take intersection with A, or A intersection B first and then take intersection with C. Easy peasy. Everybody, associative property, not very much difficult. Let's talk about distributive property because this one is important. This one is slightly difficult. This one looks slightly difficult. Distributive property. So A union B intersection C. See, distributive property actually looks like this. 3 multiply 5 plus 7. So 3 multiply 5 plus 3 multiply 7. Okay. So this plus sign will remain in between. Same is happening over here. A union B. Okay. And then A intersection, sorry, A union B, A union C. And the middle sign will be this. So this will be the middle sign, intersection. This is something which you need to understand. A intersection B union C, suppose. So A intersection B and A intersection C, and middle sign will be union. All right, clear? Correct? Okay, so distributive property. Then let's talk about De Morgan's law. Now this is something which is really very important. De Morgan's law. Okay. And you know what? We are going to understand the De Morgan's law with the help of Venn diagram. With the help of Venn diagram. So when we understand De Morgan's law with the help of Venn diagram, now, then our understanding related to Venn diagram also get enhanced. So can you see now there are two things over here. Okay, what you can see, two statements of, there are basically two De Morgan's law. Very easy. And it is important for PNC and probability also. Please make sure, pay attention. A union B whole complement is equals to A complement intersection B complement. What is happening, guys? What is happening? First of all, did you notice that left hand side union is there, right hand side it became intersection. But there is one more change. Over here the complement is on the complete A union B, but here the complement got allotted to A and B both. So now A union B complement is A complement intersection B complement. Ma'am, I'm scared of De Morgan uncle. No, no, no. It's very beautiful. It's very pretty and it's very easy also. First of all, please understand how to remember it. So now whenever you see that there is whole complement, first of all, understand whenever there is a whole complement, what will you do? Okay, you can distribute this complement to A and B just like this, but on one condition that you have to interchange or flip the sign. Same is happening in the second De Morgan law. Both are exactly very similar but not same. Notice A intersection B complement. So here also this complement will get distributed to A and B, but this intersection symbol now became union. Yes, understanding De Morgan's law. Now, okay ma'am, got it, got it. So now what I'm going to do is, I am going to plot a Venn diagram for LHS and I am going to plot a Venn diagram of RHS. And I'm not going to do that. I need your help, okay? A union B complement. First of all, A and B. So A union B, can anybody tell me this whole portion is actually A union B? Yes or no? The whole portion I have shaded inside. This is your A union B. Now A union B complement. A union B is this. A union B complement is this. A union B complement is this. A union B complement. So this shading which you can see over here is A union B whole complement, or you can write it as this also. Yes. Now let's talk about RHS. A complement intersection B complement. A complement intersection B complement. So A complement is actually, if you see, what is A complement, ma'am? A. Apart from A, this is, ma'am, your A complement. All the pinky ponkies. Pink shading. Okay. Except this is your A complement. All this. A complement. Correct, everybody? A complement. Intersection B complement. Intersection B complement. Now B complement, can anybody tell me? So B complement will be, except B, everything will be there. Okay, all right. So A complement, B complement, and in between, can you see intersection symbol? Intersection symbol. How many can see intersection? Okay, so we need to take intersection of red and pink. Oops. Now, I don't know how many of you can see red and pink very clearly. So I just want that portion where red and pink are intersecting. So can you see here only red, here only pink, and here nothing. So I can clearly see whatever area is there which is outside of these two circles, that outside area. Can you see this outside area? That area is nothing but A complement intersection B complement. So hence both shadings are equal. Okay, everybody? Yes. So over here, this is your RHS. Now this is your homework. Okay. This is your homework, A intersection B complement. So just try drawing the Venn diagram. Okay. Santosh is saying, set relation function chapter placement, please. What are you saying? Rohint, you have to draw it. You have to draw it. Just tell me. Acha, let me go back. Let me just remove the shading, okay? Just tell me what you need to do is over here. The right hand side, maybe you might feel a little confusing. Just tell me. A complement intersection B complement. So A complement will be what? The outside area. Outside of this pink area. Yes or no? B complement will be outside of this green area. Now think about what is the common area to A complement and B complement. All the outside area will be nothing but, A complement intersection B complement. Okay? Yes, everybody? Clear? So this is what your De Morgan's law is. And now what we are going to start with is the very fresh topic, and we are going to solve loads and loads of JEE main problems also. So just give me 10 minutes to clear all the theory related to this topic, and then eventually 3 to 4 JEE main questions will solve right here in this particular session. Just tell me, how ready are you? How ready are you? Cardinality of A union B is equals to cardinality of A plus cardinality of B plus minus cardinality of A intersection B. Okay. So let me draw a Venn diagram over here, a big Venn diagram. Okay. So now you have got this and this. Let me just mark the numbering or mark this A, B and C. Okay, all right. Chalo. Clear? Just tell me one thing, that what is A union B? What is A? Let's prove this. A union B is A plus B minus A intersection B. So just tell me, what is A union B? So A, actually, see, if I am writing A, what does that mean? A means this area, this left area. This is your A. B is the right area. And C is nothing but the middle area, correct? So A is left, B is right, C is middle. So A union B, if anybody will ask me, ma'am, this is A region plus B region plus C region. Yes or no? Yes or no? Now, if somebody will ask me A, what is A? Can anybody tell me what is A? So, complete A is nothing but A plus C. Complete B is nothing but B plus C. And this A intersection C is nothing but the middle area C. Now, if you can understand what is happening on the right hand side. So, right hand side is A plus C, B plus C. So, A plus C and B plus C. Actually, what I want is A plus B plus C. Understand? I want A plus B plus C. I want A plus B plus C. Okay, so this is A plus C, this is B plus C. That means I have added the middle region twice. Can you see? I have to remove it. So that is why we are removing A intersection B. Okay. Yes, Santosh, I'll do that. Obviously, I'm going to do that. Okay, don't worry about it. So, how many of you are clear with this formula that, okay, yes, it is making sense? Yes, ma'am. We are absolutely getting it, and this whole scenario is making sense. Now, let's talk about this. This though we have already studied. Can you see? This is A minus B. So, A minus B again. So, now let me just divide. This is A, this is B, this is C. So, A minus B is which portion? Only A. Only A. This left portion. Remember difference of sets A minus B. So, it is equals to A minus A intersection. Sorry, this is A intersection. Yes. So, A minus A intersection B. This formula to I have already given you and you have understood it also. We are just trying to one more time understand it. So, A, what is A now? Tell me, ma'am. A is this complete circle which is A plus C. And A intersection B, can anybody tell me, ma'am? C. So, now it is making sense. Yes, ma'am. Left hand side, right hand side, portions are same. Yes, we are able to do that. Okay, all right. Clear. Okay. Chalo. Let's do one question. Let's do one question on this after this. Let's see how many of you are able to do this. Let's solve one question related to it. Okay. In a class of 60 students, 25 students play cricket, and in a class of 60 students. Okay. In a class of 60 students. What does that mean? By the way, what is this given? What is given? The universal set Cardinality of universal set is 60. Okay, cardinality of universal set is 60. We don't know. We don't know. A union B is not given as 60. Hold on. 25 students play cricket. So cardinality of A is 25. Number of students who play cricket is 25. 20 students play tennis. Cardinality of B is equals to 10. Tennis. And 10 play both the games. That means 10 is nothing but intersection region, which is 10. Then the number of students who play neither cricket nor tennis. First of all, let us try doing with the help of Venn diagram. Okay. First of all, the overall rectangle, the sum total of the complete rectangle should be 60. That is the very first thing. The sum total of this rectangle should be what? 60 students. Okay, ma'am, got it. Now, one thing. First of all, always ninja tip of the day. While doing such questions, always think about filling this middle thing. That will help you the most. Okay, so clearly intersection is 10. So, this is your 10. Now, can anybody tell me that the cardinality of A set is 25? That means this A is 25. This whole circle is 25. 25 minus 10 is what? 15. 25 minus 10 is 15. Okay. Alright. So that now can you see overall circle should sum up to 25, which is happening. Okay, ma'am, got it. Hold on, one by one. Cardinality of B is 10. Sorry, this is 20. Now 20 students play tennis, right? 20 students play tennis. That means B. This circle B will have 20 things. 10 is already there. I just need to write 10 more. Now, can anybody tell me what is cardinality of A union B from this diagram? You can actually write. So, 15 plus 10 is A union B. So, 25, 35. So, 35 is A union B. Okay, now tell me, neither cricket and nor tennis. Neither cricket and nor tennis. So, that means this outside portion, neither cricket nor tennis. That means this thing. So, total 60 minus cardinality of A union B is your required answer. So, 60 minus 35 is nothing but 25, which is option B, absolutely correct answer. Okay? Everybody getting it? Clear? So now I think maybe you guys know actually how to tackle the questions with the help of Venn diagram. See, if you are able to do with the help of Venn diagram, then no matter which question, no matter what they ask, you don't need formula for anything. You can create your own formulas, right? So let's start doing this question. The next question on your screen. Are you able to see it? If not, I'll write it for you, okay? In a group of 100 people, 75 speak English, 40 speak Hindi. Okay. So again, in a group of 100 persons. So overall, this rectangle will have 100 people. Correct? Yes. Now, what was the ninja tip, by the way? Ninja ma'am told you that always think about what is going on in the middle. Think about middle. So 75 speak English, 40 speak Hindi. Each person speak at least one of the two languages. Okay. Understand, what does this mean? Each person speak at least one of the two languages. What does that mean? That means that in a group of 100 people, A union B is given as 100. Okay. Basically, there is no universal thing. Okay. It is so just like your previous question. By the way, this is JEE Main 2023 question. So just like your previous question, Just like your previous question where they told you that some people play cricket, some people play tennis, but there are some people who doesn't play any game. Yes or no? But in this case, each person speak at least one of the two languages. That means these 100 people are divided into the set A and set B. Outside this, no candidate will be here who will be like, no, I don't know Hindi, I don't know Hindi, I don't know English. No, it's not the case. So A union B is actually given, which is 100. Okay. Now, if the number of person who speak only English is alpha, that means the left portion is written as alpha. Number of person speak only in Hindi is beta. Okay. Then eccentricity of the ellipse will be what? So I will not talk about this. Okay. Can you see again? This question is combined with ellipse. So I will only focus on alpha and beta. Okay. Ellipse, because we have not studied it. So let's take only that portion, alpha and beta. So now, okay, all right. So obviously this whole thing, okay, this thing. Now let's apply the formula. Just tell me A union B, cardinality of A union B is 100. Okay, which is equals to cardinality of A plus cardinality of B minus cardinality of A intersection B. So that from this formula at least you can get intersection, right? Everything is given, so 100 is equals to 75 plus 40 minus cardinality of A intersection B. So 100. Now 75 and 47, 8, 9, 10, 11, 125. So A intersection B is what? Can anybody tell me, ma'am? 25. So this is your 25. This is 25. Okay. This is 25. Now tell me one thing. This whole thing over here should be what? Whole thing over here should be 75. This first circle, sum of alpha plus 25 is 75. Yes or no? So alpha will be 30. Similarly, 25 plus beta will be what? Ma'am, 40. So beta is nothing but 15. So alpha is 30, beta is 15 is the right answer. Okay. So can you see how nicely you can do the problem if you know the Venn diagram approach? The Venn diagram approach is very, very good and very, very much, pretty much necessary also. Okay. All right. Yes. Another question on your screen. Are we up for it? Acha, this is also a very good question. Very, very good question. Ma'am, A intersection B is 15. Is it 15? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, yes, it is 15. Sorry, my bad. If it is 15, I think whole scenario will get changed, no? So this is 15. Oops. Then alpha plus, this is 15. Alpha plus 15 is equals to 75. So alpha is equals to 60. Beta plus 15 is equals to 40. So 40 minus 15. Beta is equals to 25. 60 and 25. Sorry, my bad. Gokul, thanks. Thank you for correcting my mistake. Okay, the next question on your screen. A survey shows that 63% of the people. Acha. Now, whenever they are going to talk about percentage, na, you might get confused. You'll be like, ma'am, hold on. Percentage. So think about it that total number of people, let's assume is equals to 100. So now just read this as a survey shows that 63 people in a city reads newspaper A and 76 read newspaper B and X people read both the newspaper. Okay. Then a possible value of X can be, and please make sure, see, obviously this is common sense. If not given, there are certain people who don't even read the newspaper. So now let's understand. So yes, this is newspaper A, newspaper B. So newspaper A, newspaper B, correct? X are the people who are studying both the newspaper. Okay. 63 people out of 100 are studying newspaper A. So this is 63 minus X, right? Because see, if this is X, overall this circle should be, sum total of this circle should be 63. And similarly, this is 76 minus X, okay? Right? The possible value of X can be. Now, obviously, obviously, total people are 100, okay? Total number of people are 100. So, clearly, over here, first of all, cardinality of A union B. Let's calculate this. Cardinality of A union B will be 63 plus 76. So this is 63, right? Cardinality of A is 63. Cardinality of B is 76. And cardinality of A intersection B is X. So directly this time we are going to apply the formula, which is this. So A union B is 63 plus 76 minus X. Correct? So that is 9, 139 minus X. Cardinality of A union B. Now obviously A union B, the overall people which are reading either A newspaper or B newspaper should be less than or equals to 100. Yes or no? Obviously. Total people in the city are 100 because we are talking about the percentage. So clearly, this implies that X should be greater than or equals to 39. That is the very first thing. X should be greater than or equals to 39, which means A and C options are incorrect. Yes or no? Okay, everybody getting it? Now understand this nicely. But ma'am, still we are left with two options. So we need one more thing. See what is happening over here. If at all you are saying that X is this thing. So X. Okay, X is right here, correct? So now X should be less than or equals to 63 and X should be less than or equals to 76 also. Yes or no? Yes or no? X should be less than or equals to 63 and 36. How many of you agree? Why? Because see, X is that thing which is obviously like X is something which is a portion of set A and portion of set B. Okay, so X is less than or equal to 63 and 76 both. That means option D also got rejected. So only option B became true. And why can't we write 39 is equal to X? 39 is equal to X. Array? Why do you want to? Because I told you, na? I told you. See, first again, Abhijit, you have a doubt over here. Let me tell you whole scenario. Just tell me one by one, answer me, because this is the kind of question which might confuse you. Just tell me one thing. Suppose in a city there are 100 people. 63 people read newspaper A and 76 read newspaper B. Obviously, some people in this whole thing are common people who are reading newspaper A and newspaper B. Yes or no? Agree? Correct? And obviously, out of the 100 people, there will be some people who are not reading anything. Right? So now, if I talk about cardinality of A union B, what is this representing? Tell me. So ma'am, A union B is representing those people who are reading at least one of the newspaper. Yes or no? A union B means that like people who are just reading newspaper. A and B nothing matter, but at least you are reading newspaper, na? So A union B means this particular portion. Is this equal to 100? No, this is not equal to 100. this will always be less than or equal to 100. It may be possible there will be one scenario that, okay, all the people in the city are reading newspaper. That can be the case, but that is not a compulsion, right? So there will always be some people who will be like, okay, I don't read the newspaper. So how can you write A union B is equals to 100? It can be equal to 100, but it will be less also. It can be less also. Yes or no? Yes or no? Very basic. Now I'll just tell you that there are 100 students in the city. Okay, see, this is India. Literacy rate is not there. So just tell me, obviously, if I'll ask you, and there are so many schools over here. If I'll ask you, number of students who go to school. Number of students who go to school. So you will be like, okay, ma'am, I am not sure. Maybe some people are not going to school. We don't know, na. We don't know people are facing financial problem or not. So number of students who go to school is less than or equal to 100. I am not leaving that possibility. It may be possible that some city, some hi-fi city, all the students are going to 100. Okay, but it can not go beyond. You cannot say, okay, ma'am, number of students who go to school is greater than 100. 101 students are going to the school, but total number of students in the city is 100. That is going to be like, huh? What is this? Have you gone to school? You'll be like, you are not going to the school. You don't know how to talk about numbers. Okay. Alrighty. Clear? Yes. Perfecto. Okay. All right. Now, let us talk about what happens when three sets are in picture. Three sets are in picture. Now, understand this. Cardinality of A union B union C. First of all, Venn diagram. A, B and C. Okay. So, just understand this left circle, the left complete circle is cardinality of A. Right complete circle is cardinality of B plus this circle is cardinality of C. Okay, everybody? Right? Okay. Now, if somebody will ask me, so A union B union C is A plus B plus C minus cardinality of A intersection B. Okay. Minus cardinality of B intersection A and minus cardinality of C intersection A. Can you see? This is B, this is C. So A intersection B is this. A intersection C. Anybody? C and A are intersecting here. Yes or no? This is A intersection C. And you know what? This is B intersection C. And you know what? This is A intersection B. And this middle thing which you are seeing right here. Middle thing. Let me highlight this part. This is nothing but A intersection B intersection C. So this is the formula. A union B union C is A plus B plus C minus A intersection B minus B intersection C minus C intersection A plus A intersection B intersection C. Okay, everybody getting it? Perfecto. Right? Alrighty. Okay. So, this is the formula which I am leaving you with, and we'll use this formula, we'll solve questions based on this formula in upcoming chapters. We'll understand this thing in detail also in upcoming chapters, especially if I'm going to teach you permutation and combination and probability. So we are going to study these things in detail there itself. Okay. So now I am going to take your leave, and you know what, Diksha ma'am will be teaching in the next session, and I can see on Telegram she had sent that, okay, you can have your 1 hour break in between. So you can go and have your dinner, come back, 8:30 she is going to take your session. So make sure that you are attending it, and tomorrow we are going to do functions. Functions basic functions. Class 11th people can also join, class 12th people so anyway are joining regularly. So yes, this is me, your ninja ma'am. Can you explain this like first formula? Yes, Rohit, I can do that. Okay, chalo. But it might get a little bit over here. See, this is A, B and C, correct? And I am writing this as D, E, F and G. Okay, are you able to see the middle thing? No, you are not able to see. So let me just remove all the shading so that you understand it better. Oops. Understand this formula like I explain. Oops, go shading, go away. Go, shading, go away, yes. So clearly see A, B, C, then this is D, E, F and this is your G, correct? Now tell me one thing, A union B union C will be A plus B plus C plus D, E, F and G. Yes or no? The left side is A plus B plus C plus D plus E, F, G. Till G, everything sum. Now what is A? Can anybody tell me? Ma'am, A. Okay. A is A, D, E, G. So A is A plus E plus D plus G. B is what? Tell me B. B, D, G, F. B, D, G, F. Okay. Alright. A intersection B is D plus G. D plus G. B intersection C. B intersection C is F plus G. F plus G, correct? C intersection, can anybody tell me? C and A intersection, so E plus G. E plus G, correct? We are subtracting actually. All these things are in negative sign. Now plus A plus B plus C is plus G. Now just take this, take everything like whatever getting cancelled out or not. So just tell me. So this is A, E, D, G. So D plus G is getting cancelled out with D plus G. Okay, all right. C, what is C by the way? C is also there, na? Ha. So C over here is C, F, G, E. Correct? So D plus G, D plus C cancel. F plus G is also cancel. E plus G and E plus G. E plus G is also cancelled. Okay, so now what is left out? Can anybody tell me? Ma'am, A is there. Okay, then B is there. Okay, then C is there. Plus में A plus B plus C, so I am getting in the right hand side. Then D is also here. D is also here. Plus E is also here, ma'am. So E is here. Then F is also here. And we have plus G. Can you see plus G? Okay. So yes, I think this activity now, this activity is something which you can do. You should do. Just make your own Venn diagram. Break it into a parts. Watch this video again and understand that LHS and RHS portion are exactly becoming same. Okay, all right. So on this note, this is your Ninja Ma'am signing off, and I am going to see you in the next chapter. Now the new chapter is going to come because we have actually finished bridge course, right? Bridge course is done. So now we are going to start with class 11.